I'm sort of stealing this idea from Rootmaster Studios. I mean, this guy is pretty much half the reason I started this channel anyway. He's given me a bit of inspiration to start this channel. But I've stolen the idea, but I'm not stealing the whole thing completely, don't worry. This is going to be my own list of the top 5 buses that is just my favourite in this game. So, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be counting down the top 5 buses that I love in this game. This doesn't go by price or how many seats it has or how fast it goes. This is just purely my personal preference, but I do recommend you buy these because these are my favourite. So enough dilly-dallying, let's just get into it. So number 5 is the Enviro 400. Now let me find it. So this bus came out in version 1.3, and the amount of, I've mentioned this in a previous video, the amount of variants that you get with this is unreal. But it's not just that, it's the bus itself. The bus itself is quite nice, it's quite stylish, and I just like it. And there's lots of different versions you can use, like different interiors, different engines and facelift variants. I quite like this bus, and that's all I have to say about that one. It's nice to drive and it's fairly cheap as well. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't mention price or anything, but this is why I like the bus. Okay, at number 4 we have the Enviro 200. Now this came out in version 1.3.1, and just like the Enviro 400 has an insane amount of variants, probably even more than the Enviro 400. And it's just a smaller version of the Enviro 400. It's the Enviro 200, so it's basically Enviro 400 cut in half. But this bus, you get loads around where I live, so I like these buses in real life. And despite the price, I really like these buses. They've got quite a lot of room, nice to drive, and it's a much needed bus, considering before update 1.3.1 the only Enviro 200s we had in this game were the legacy ones, which if you compare this to what you just saw, it looks very plasticky. The sounds are really weird, like the axle sound is really delayed. It's not very good, this. So these new Enviro 200s that they introduced are well needed, and they paid off. They're very good buses in my opinion. So that's why it's at number 4 on this list. Okay, number 3, if I can find it, is the Evo City. This is the most recent addition to this game. It came out in 1.3.2. Now I know a lot of people don't really like this bus, and I think that's because a lot of these just bad drivers drive them. I heard somebody say in Roblox chat the other day that like it's just these really annoying people who drive them all the time, which is fair enough. I do see where they're coming from. It tends to be that a lot of bad drivers are just annoying people in general in this game drive Evo Cities. But if you ignore that, the bus itself is incredible. So with this being the most recent bus, it's, you know, the developer's a lot more experienced, so this has working brake lights, and the detail is extraordinary for a Roblox game, of course. But what really blew me away was the open top variant of this. This is by far probably the most detailed bus in the game. Working brake lights, and the interior is incredible as well. Like, you go into the interior, there's proper destination boards, and the stop light on the upstairs there actually lights up when people press the bell, which is, I don't think any other bus has that apart from like the E200 MMC for companies. But this bus is incredible, and the livery, just take a moment to appreciate that livery, it's really good. So that's why I put Evo City at number 3. Now at number 2, I've actually had this bus for a while. I got it in the Christmas pass, and that is the Electroliner. Now I believe this bus either came out for everyone in 1.3.1 or 1.3.2, I can't actually quite remember, but I got this in the Christmas pass. and it's one of the first buses that really sort of blew me away, because this is a Roblox game. You're not really expecting great levels of detail, which is why this game is so good in the first place. But when I drove this bus for the first time, oh my days, I was blown away. First of all, you've got the seats. The seats are a lot nicer, a lot more cushiony than the majority of seats on these London buses. It's electric, which is interesting for a bus anyways. But if you go into the interior, you've got proper destination boards, and you've got like sort of like a line of like stops to come and stops that have been in the on the screen. It's incredibly detailed. It doesn't have working brake lights like the Evo City, but it's a really good bus, especially since I got it back in Christmas time 2023, which was when it came out, the Christmas pass. But I was really impressed by this bus, so that is why I've put it at number 2. Now number 1, I know it's a bit weird considering the other buses that I've literally just told you about. You know, the other buses have been extremely detailed, they've sort of blown me away, but this bus has always been good with me. Basically, it's always been in my good books, and that is the Mercedes Citaro, or just the Citaro. Now I think this bus is really nice. Yes, it's one of like maybe the third, if you exclude the Enviro 200s, the most expensive single decker in the game, but I'm telling you now, it's worth it. Now I know at the start I wouldn't mention the amount of seats or anything, but it has a lot of seats, so it's good for like the 198, and it's quite detailed. I don't know when it got released, but it is a nice bus. It's nice to drive, and it's a shame because you only get like one variant in Go Travel, and then you get the one from the Manchester pack. But those two buses together are really good, and it's just one of these vehicles that I don't really know why I like so much, but I really like it. So that about wraps up for this video. I will put the link to Rootmaster Studios channel down below, because, you know, again, massive shout out to him for the video idea and basically the inspiration for my YouTube channel. That's about it. Let me know any buses that you would put in this list down in the comments below, and if you want to help me hit 100 subscribers, then make sure you subscribe. It'd be really good to see my silly little Roblox bus game channel reach 100 subscribers. So I'm not really got a goal, I just kind of want to hit it. So if you want to help me out, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. But apart from that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.